You are listening to Inspired Caring, episode number 83. Hello, welcome to Inspired Caring. I'm your host, Michelle Magner. If you are caring for an older family member, this is the podcast for you. Each week, I bring insight, tips, inspiration, and strategies to help you care for the people that you love without losing yourself along the way. Having cared for both of my grandmothers, I've helped manage everything from hospital stays, households full of belongings, to navigating senior living and end-of-life care. And I've worked in senior living as a result of that experience, serving my residents and their families as they've been on this journey too. Thank you for joining me today, and I hope you enjoy this episode of Inspired Caring. Hello, good morning, or afternoon, or evening, whenever you're listening to this. Today, I want to talk about overcoming fear with confidence. As I continue my studies in gerontology, working with clients as their coach, and just generally walking the earth as a human being who desires continued growth, one of the things that continually comes up is fear. And it's fear in like every capacity and aspect of our lives. Fear of the unknown, fear of failing, fear of being inadequate, fear of the inability to handle something, or just general fear that something's not going to work out, so we don't even engage or try. And there's a picture floating around on the internet. It's like big boulders and the ocean, choppy ocean, and it has big block letters F.E.A.R. And it uses fear as an acronym for false evidence appearing real. Our minds jump on something that may or may not happen and plays it out, over dramatizes it, thinks about it, rethinks it some more. Rethinks, is that a word? I don't know. It's trying to solve a problem, but mostly it focuses energy on the outcomes of what we do not want to happen, or the worst case scenarios, or all the ways something could be a disaster. And it's just freaking exhausting. The more I've been following this trail of fear, the frequency that confidence surfaces as the antidote. So I looked up confidence to see what the definition is, and three things came up. The feeling or belief that one can rely on something or someone, having firm trust, the state of feeling certain about the truth of something, a feeling of self-assurance arising from one's appreciation of one's own abilities or qualities. And when things feel so rocky out there in the world, it's easy to see why our confidence can falter. And there's just a lot of things to feel afraid about. Not to mention that our belief systems are instilled in us by the age of 7. 7! The adults that were around us telling us who we are and what we were capable of and what was possible and realistic at age 7 is what really instilled our belief systems. So think about them and who those people were at that time, and like, how are they doing in their life? What stressors were they under? What fears were they having? How old were they at the time? When I think about myself in my 20s and 30s, and then reflect on my parents being those ages when they had kids, it's just easier to understand that they were trying to figure things out as they went along, just as I have been and was. So even if we make it through that first phase of life by age 7, relatively unscathed, life still has a funny way of continually serving us up issues and people or situations in the world that tell us that we should be afraid. If you have a room of preschoolers and hand them each a box of crayons, and ask them to draw a picture of their family, no one has mind drama about their drawing abilities. They just get to work. Little kids fling themselves at everything. They touch everything, explore everything. They're curious, they're fearless. So, how do we overcome fear? False evidence appearing real. I was recently visiting with a Harvard grad, high achieving keynote speaker and best-selling author who said they were rewiring their brain. I was like, hello, tell me more. This is something I've been working on and evolving through over the last 4 years, 5 years. I asked how they were doing it. We know it's possible because of neuroplasticity. Your brain is essentially plastic and it has these neural pathways. And when you practice thoughts and actions over and over, it creates those neural pathways. Well, when you disrupt them, you actually have the ability to move information around within your brain and also to create new neural pathways. So I asked, what are you doing? What's your secret? Is there a program that you're working on or someone that's helping you? And I mean, all of the work that I've been doing has just really had a significant impact in this area. But I wanted to know how they were doing it. And their reply delighted me because everything that they're doing is accessible to all of us and it's free. And it's actually all the little things that I have been working on and doing over the course of the last 4 and 5 years. Their reply was cut out social media, daily meditation, not watching the news, reading only about abundance, and generally reducing the noise and people around them that are distractions and negative. As I've researched confidence, what really keeps coming up is belief in yourself, practicing confidence. Confidence is a skill that you can practice over and over again. Self-talk is so important, how we're talking to ourselves and being attentive to who we're surrounding ourselves with. This is the toolkit for you to build confidence, to overcome fear. I asked two of my kids, how does someone gain confidence? One of them said, knowing what the outcome will be or having an idea of how things may turn out instills confidence. The other one said just taking smaller baby steps that feel kind of scary, but not as scary as like the bigger thing. You take these little baby steps and then it builds up to the bigger thing. By the time you get there, it's not as scary and you have confidence. And it can be hard to know exactly what an outcome will be. However, we can visualize how we want it to go. Visualization is so powerful. Athletes use it all the time. They see the field, they see the net, they see the finish line. Look around the space that you find yourself in right now. Everything that you see is because someone had an idea, a thought, and it didn't exist before someone pictured it in their heads. It continues to surface that discomfort is the currency for success. Taking those little baby steps to move you in the direction you wish to go is a step in building confidence and overcoming fear. Confidence that you can do something, handle something, or achieve something. When it comes to caring for our family members, there's often a snowball effect of minor health things incidences that grow to more significant situations that require more of our attention and bigger decisions to be made. Going through those smaller things can help build those confidence muscles that you need to handle the next big thing. I was on YouTube searching up videos on confidence, and a TED Talk by Dr. Ivan Joseph, who's a sports psychologist and also a fellow Graceland alumni, suggests that on a day when you are feeling good and feeling confident, write a confidence letter to yourself, like a personal brag sheet, and list out all the things that you're doing well and what you've accomplished. Anything and everything should go on this list. So, on those days when you're not feeling confident, you can take it out and look at it and be reminded. This helps exercise that confidence muscle and helps you overcome fear. One of the things that I suggest with clients is at the end of the day, just list out everything that you did and that went right. Anything and everything. If it's driving my kid to school, that is something that went right. It went well. It's what a gift and a blessing to have that time with your child. Or taking my loved one to the doctor's appointment. Because sometimes we all know there's so many hurdles that we have to overcome to get to the car, get in the car, get get to the doctor's office, all the things. Or you gave that great killer presentation. I just list at the end of the day everything that went well that day. We have this amnesia about what we're doing and what's going well in our lives, and we're just constantly fed this stream of fear and unknowns and things that are unpredictable and concerning. So take a minute every day to reflect on what went well. So powerful. It's important to create space to learn about how to discern within yourself what's actually real, who you really are, and what's false evidence appearing real. We're doing the same things over and over again. And more importantly, we're thinking the same things over and over again in our daily life, day in, day out. It's going to produce the same results. Take the next step to shift your thoughts. Take the next step to discover how you think, how you're wired, what your strengths are, what's important to you. You can retrain your brain to think differently about yourself and about your situation so that you will feel better and you can gain the skill of confidence so you can pursue endeavors and handle situations with the calmness, patience, and grace that you want to. You need tools and you need space to create the vision of what you want. You need to take care of yourself so that you can show up for others in a way that feels authentic to you and allows you to care for them as you're caring for yourself. These are the steps to eliminating fear and building confidence. A guy named Paul Johnsgaard, I have no idea who this is. I heard this quote in a presentation. Said, have the curiosity of a 5-year-old and the confidence of a teenager. Do you have teenagers who know everything? You cannot pour from an empty pitcher. And my wish for you is that you will confidently take that first next baby step in doing what you need to do to take care of yourself and pursue whatever it is that you're interested in working on. I will put the link for Dr. Joseph's TED Talk on YouTube in the show notes for you. And I just want to tell you that I'm proud of you. You are doing it. You're in the world. You're navigating. You're curious. You're figuring it out. You're here listening to this. You're exploring. These are the ways to build confidence and overcome fear. Just keep taking that next baby step and visualize how you want things to be and what your end goal is. I hope you have a beautiful week and I'm thinking about you, and I love you. I'll see you next week.